Good morning, Leo. How's it going?
Good morning. It's going good. Going real good.
Awesome.
How was your weekend?
Pretty good. How about you?
Busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of social media planning, a lot of graphic design, YouTube channel designs. Just
Uh,
this weekend was a lot of design work that I had to catch up
really?
on. Yeah,
Like it's
one of my clients, he's a fitness influencer and gym owner, and so we just launched last week, and I did a bunch of content about 2 weeks ago, and now we're starting to get to a point where we have videos we need to edit and thumbnails we need to create. Like, it's just a all around content machine that we got to create.
really?
Yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah.
So I'm finally at a point where I'm caught up for the week on content creation. Now the next step is just scheduling it all out so I don't have to go in every day.
Yeah. That's the time consuming part too, huh? Is the images and all that fun stuff. Video
Honestly,
editing.
the images aren't that bad. Like, usually I have pretty good inspiration where I can just like turn around an image within 10, 15 minutes per image. And this is like, using Photoshop graphic design work. But what actually takes longer is like creating the captions, getting the hashtags. That takes the longer part for me.
Yeah.
Just because you want to make sure the content's relevant, the content's, engaging, informative. Like, really, the copy of the caption is probably one of the hardest parts, because you want to
Really?
make sure that you're creating the engagement on your post. Because what's the point of all that graphic work and then you have nothing to say to back it up?
Yeah. I agree.
But
So, yeah, I mean, that kind of leads into what we're talking about today
nice.
a little bit. So, today we're going to go over YouTube and using YouTube to generate some business. It's we have some stats. We've got how to get it started, and then Leo's going to talk a little bit about getting it optimized and designing it and so on and so forth. So with that said, I think we can go ahead and kind of roll right into that. So obviously today we're talking about YouTube and using YouTube to generate listing leads and buyer leads. So I thought it'd be good to start off with some stats about YouTube so you can see why YouTube is such an important factor in incorporating into your real estate business. So first stat, YouTube is the second most visited site in the world, with Google being number one. For those of you who don't know, YouTube is owned by Google, so Google's taken up the number one and number two spot as far as the most visited sites in the world. YouTube is the second most used social platform, with Facebook being number one. More adults in the US use YouTube than Facebook. So that's, when we're talking about target audiences here, that's a pretty powerful stat, knowing, if you're only on Facebook and you're not using YouTube, that you are potentially missing out on, a huge audience. So make sure everybody's coming in. So 40.9% of YouTube watch time happens on mobile. So that's telling you, how much people are on their phones actually too, and how you should be targeting the users. YouTube has more than 2 billion logged in monthly users. And that doesn't account for users that don't have a YouTube account, an actual YouTube account. So that number is actually even higher than that, because that is just users that have a YouTube account. The average visitor to YouTube checks out 8.89 pages per day. Daily YouTube live streams increased 45% in the first 6 months of 2020. 56% of people say watching live streams can be as good as being at an event in person. So whether you agree with that or disagree with that, that's the stat. So, you know, think about your home tours, your neighborhood tours, your open house events, things like that. You know, doing the live stream, you're going to get a huge boost to your viewership. 70% of viewers bought from a brand after seeing it on YouTube. So that could be you. You are your own brand. Age demographics, 15 to 35-year-olds, 77% use YouTube. Obviously, 15-year-olds aren't buying houses, but 35-year-olds are definitely buying houses. That's one of the most prevalent home buyer demographics in the market right now. 36 to 45-year-olds, 73%, so just slightly less than the first demographic. 46 to 55-year-olds, 70% use YouTube, and 56 and older, 67% use YouTube. So you can see, you know, it's across almost all age demographics. People are definitely using YouTube. This is just the graph for what we just went over. I'm not going to get into this too much, but if you don't have a YouTube channel, I'm going to send out this this PDF following this webinar. This just goes over how to get your YouTube started, how to start your channel. It's a very easy setup, as you can see. And if you click on the click here, obviously, you're going to get a video tutorial from YouTube on how to set up your channel. So it's a couple minutes long. If this is something you're interested in doing, it's a very quick and easy setup. After you do your setup, I highly recommend organizing your videos into playlists as you go. Playlists are an underrated tool on YouTube. They make it easy to curate your content into different categories. Playlists automatically play all the videos in that playlist, which increase watch time. And more importantly, it's great for SEO. So if you're breaking down your playlist into different categories, maybe geared towards listings or geared towards buyers or different information, that is SEO friendly. Those videos in that playlist will come up in searches much more frequently if they're organized. You have to remember that YouTube is a search engine for videos. So it works a little bit like Google does. It has its own algorithms. You can search, if you haven't used YouTube a lot, you can go to YouTube and search for content just like you do on Google. So the playlists help with organizing and reaching your SEO potential. I like to always think about, you know, what would I Google to find what I'm trying to post? So I use that when I'm doing my keyword research. So just keep that in mind, you know, what would I Google? What would I YouTube, you know, to find the content that I'm putting out there so you can get the most eyes on your videos. I just did a quick one here, living in Las Vegas. This guy's channel came up, obviously super quick. He's got everything organized. You can see all the playlists that he has. And he's got a ton of subscribers. He's got 52,000 subscribers to this channel. And he talks about Las Vegas living, but he's got, you know, different things in there. Las Vegas rumor busting, that's a good one. There's a lot of interesting categories that he has in here that he's broken this up to. Daily Las Vegas blog. So, you know, he does video blogs. That's an easy one to do if you're looking at getting some content going. So think about that when you're doing your channel. Organize your playlist. It looks professional and it's easy for your viewers to find exactly what it is they're looking for, whether it's a community or listing tips or anything like that. So I have some ideas if anybody is looking to build out their YouTube this year. Here's some playlist ideas for you. listing sold by, you know, put your name in. Why would you put your name in? Because again, that's SEO friendly. Someone is Googling your name. If you're out there doing lots of promotional marketing and someone comes across your name and they Google you, your videos will show up if you have it in there correctly on YouTube. Pros and cons of living in a insert city or community. These are super popular right now. I'm seeing this from a lot of real estate agents. They do the pros and cons of, you know, even living in California over another state sometimes, or a certain region of California over other regions. These are things that, you know, people who are looking to relocate, they love these kind of videos. Model home tours, new home communities are super easy to do. There's tons of information available online to do these. You could do a drive-through of the community. These are great lead generators for buyers. A lot of people who buy brand new homes usually have a home to sell, actually, I have found over the years. So not only would you get a buyer lead, but you might also get a seller lead out of that one. Real estate tips, real estate updates. I like to add the city name or the community name in front of that kind of stuff. Again, we're just, you know, talking about SEO purposes here. Moving to, insert city name, things to do. Maybe you want to collab with a small business or a few different small businesses. I know Steve is doing that one with some barbecue page that he started up. So he's getting a lot of traction on that. The beautiful thing about doing a collaboration with a small business is they will also promote the video. So you kind of get a twofer on that one. So think about that. Loan programs, if you're doing loans as well, or if you know a lot about loans and you want to talk about specific loans for a specific type of buyer that you tend to work with a lot or are targeting. Tips for buying a home in a specific city, or tips for selling a home in a specific city. Again, that's just, these are great playlists for people looking for specific information about buying or selling a home. So optimizing it, this is probably the most important out of all of it, because this is how you get the most eyeballs on your videos. So starting with the video title, as you're doing the creation, the video title should be short, concise, and should grab the user, grab their attention, stop the scroll. Do some keyword research and incorporate your targeted keyword into the video title. Titles play a large part in ranking of your video, so make sure they're at least 5 words long and include the keyword that you want to rank for. The video thumbnail, this is what helps to stop the scroll. If they are, you know, scrolling on their phone and they come across an image that they really, really like, they're more likely to stop and start watching that video. So make sure your thumbnail is professional quality, intriguing, don't have clashing colors on there. Customize with fun graphics, use a little bit of text. Don't put a huge logo on there. You know, maybe a small logo in a corner, or just don't even do it. You can put it at the end of your video, and make it relevant to your actual video content. The video description, this is where you'll get a lot of Google juice, I guess you can call it. So this is where you can put in your keywords, expand on the information they are talking about in the video. This is where you can put all your links to your other social media, to other videos, to your website, to wherever you want to take them, really. That all goes in the video description. We can do a sample here. So I pulled up this Tom Ferry video. and you'll see that he's got his video description here. And this came up, I put in real estate training, Tom Ferry, obviously he came right up. But he has his links in here for all his other stuff, so you can easily get to it. His actual YouTube channel, his website, he's got his show notes right here. So, this is where you want to be able to direct your consumers, and this is where you're going to get your actual leads. You can put a calendar invite on there if you're using Calendly or anything like that. That's a great place to put it. Video tags. This is an easy one. Use phrases as well as single keywords. So if I did a video about homes for sale in Carlsbad, 3 tags I would use is, Carlsbad, and then new homes, and then homes for sale in Carlsbad, and then combine the new homes for sale in Carlsbad. So that would be some of my video tags, but that is SEO friendly, and my video is going to rank higher if someone goes to YouTube and searches new homes for sale in Carlsbad. If you really want to dive into that, there's a Chrome extension called vidIQ. This is pretty great because you can see what your competitors are using for tag words or for video tags. So think about doing that. If there's someone in your area that is just killing it on YouTube, use vidIQ and you can see what they're using for the tags, and you can kind of duplicate it and start competing. Links in the description. I just went over this a little bit with Tom Ferry, but all your social media channels, your website. This is also great for gaining backlinks to your website, which helps with your website's SEO. Other videos of yours, a squeeze page or online calendar. A great one's reviews. If you've got some reviews building, this is a great place to put, hey, check out my reviews here, and send them over to wherever you're gathering most of your reviews. And then a call to action for subscriptions. Into the video, you literally have to direct the consumer to say, hey, for more information on homes in X community, subscribe to my channel right here. And, sometimes you'll see people put an arrow down to subscribe button, or they point. Make it that easy and remind the consumer to subscribe to your channel. From here, designing your channel, I'm going to let Leo take over to go over designing your channel and what he sees are the best practices that he implements when he's creating YouTube channels.
Thank you, Travis.
Hey.
Yeah, so just really a lot of great information there that you've been providing, and this is just kind of like piggybacking off that information. And so everyone has the idea now how to create their channel as far as like the content work goes, but now we have to design the channel, and really what's going to be the best way to design that's going to not only be easy for you, because not everyone is a Photoshop expert or Adobe expert. So there are tools out there that'll help make things easier. And I know a lot of you already probably know how this works with Canva, because I know you can't be really in real estate and marketing and not really know how to use Canva. So I really invest some time into learning Canva, really great tool. And then the alternative to Canva that's actually really comparable, that has just as much functionality, is Adobe Spark. That's a really good tool like Canva, and both can be on mobile. So if you're on the go all the time, you can easily create something within Adobe Spark on your mobile. So 2 great apps to use. They're also both available online as well. And they both have templates that you can choose from. And so what's really cool is that you don't need to be a graphic designer. So you can have your own photos and upload them to Adobe or Canva. So that's what makes it really nice. And those links are in those links provided right there. And then one of the things that you want to do when you create your thumbnails or your banners is you want like interesting taglines. You want colorful images, backgrounds. And when you have your YouTube channel up, you want to have a way to capture emails as well. So you need some type of lead magnet to help capture those emails. And when I say lead magnet, maybe it's like a quick little PDF of someone opts in their email address, and then you give them a document, a PDF, which you can, once again, create in Canva or Adobe Spark. upload it to Google Drive, copy the link, and then you can email them the link that they requested. And things like that can be like 7 steps to sell your home more for top dollar. But that could be another training. But
Yeah, we can definitely
definitely a
dive into
lead
that.
magnet. Yeah, definitely a lead magnet is a way to go to capture emails, and you can leave a link on your YouTube channel. And I know Travis said that you can leave links in the description to all your social channels, but you can also leave links on the actual YouTube banner. You can't see it on mobile, but you can see it on the desktop version. You can see links on the top right corner of a banner that you can put up to, I think, 5 or 6. You can make it pretty lengthy. You can have like your social media profiles. You can have a link to your website, or just pretty much any link you can have in there. And you find that by going to the settings and going to the About Me section. So one good thing about YouTube is that it is a search engine. So it is, it is what's the word I'm looking for? It's very SEO friendly. And so what we want to do is we want to create that opportunity for you to be visibly seen, not only on YouTube but on Google as well. So one of the ways that we do it is we actually create your video on YouTube, and then you upload that video, or you embed that video into your website in your blog section. And all you would have to do is just write out what it is that you say in the video. So basically just transcribe your own videos and put that as a blog and upload the video to your website, and you're creating a really reputable backlink to your website, which will only help your SEO ranking for your website. So that's a really powerful trick that a lot of people don't really utilize, is putting your YouTube videos on your blogs and having your YouTube channel drive even more traffic to your website. And then, so once you're all ready and set to boost your channel, it's really about setting a foundation, getting everything dialed in. And then you could start, running the YouTube ads, utilize Google ads to get access to YouTube ads. There's not a YouTube place for YouTube ads. It's just go to Google AdWords and you start creating the account, and just start off simply by creating a brand awareness campaign. And those brand awareness campaigns will show up in the first like 10 to 15 seconds of a person's video. And you don't need to create a long video too. You can just create a quick video explaining, who you are, what areas you serve, and how you can help potential buyers or sellers get their property for either top dollar or the best negotiation that you have. Is there anything else at the bottom, or is that the last part? I think that's the last part. Yes. So
just some kind of a farming challenge, I guess. So
yeah, so just really wrapping up YouTube, it's a very powerful tool that's very SEO friendly. It is a search engine, so people go to YouTube normally they don't research a problem. A lot of times they're already know what their problem is, and they want more information on it, and they're ready to really find out how to solve that problem. And one of the best ways is I saw like how to sell a home, or sell your home in such and such city. But don't forget to also use some powerful words like discover how to sell your home for top dollar, or how to. Those keywords really help out generate interest. So using how to's, discover, learn to, here's a free resource, or here's how you, those are really good direct, captions that you can really have people, lean into what it is that what your video is about. So those are really powerful words as well to use.
yeah, and that's also SEO friendly. And again, think about, what do you usually Google when you're trying to find information, and just use that same concept for when you're doing the description and different things in the title for your YouTube videos. So one thing I did see was the first 48 hours are really the most critical. So after you or in the process of creating your video, uploading your video, it's going to take you through a few steps in putting your description and your tags and things like that. And really do all of that as you're uploading the video, because it's the first 48 hours that YouTube determines if your video is relevant and if they want to move it up in rankings. So if you've had a video posted for, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, and it's really not doing all that good, and you didn't put in all your description and your tags, and then you do it afterwards, it's not going to have the same kind of impact as it would if you're doing it while you're creating it. So it really just takes a couple extra minutes if you're going to be doing YouTube and you want to really maximize it, to spend, it's literally an extra 5, 6, 7 minutes while you're uploading the video. You usually have all that stuff done before the video is completed, the upload. So, do all the descriptions. If you have all your social media channels and things like that in place with your links, maybe you want to save that in a draft somewhere so you can just copy and paste to each one of your videos the same thing each time. So then you have consistency, and your videos will be fully optimized when they go live on YouTube, and that's what YouTube is really looking for. So as far as, something to help you generate some leads, it's a good place to start. If you don't have listings to promote and other things, I gave a lot of ideas in the playlist. Those are all video concepts that you can start with, but an easy one is, 1 to 2 minute video once a month of just a neighborhood update, really. We all have access to this information in NMLS in multiple facets. So hop on camera, and if you don't want to actually be on camera, then point the camera out. Maybe you're doing a drive through the neighborhood or something like that and talking about the stats as you go. You can get a little creative with it, but you're just going to talk about the sales over the past 30 days, maybe what the appreciation was, how many homes are on market, how many homes are pending. Offer the free home valuation. I know that's not always the greatest pitch, but whatever your pitch is going to be, you can offer it in the video and let the viewers know how they can contact you. Be sure that call to action is in your video somewhere. Hey, for more information, check out my YouTube channel here, or go to my website here. These are really easy to do. All of us can do this, 12 times a year very easily. It doesn't take much time, and you can share them throughout all of your social media. If you want to go one step further, you have a little budget, you can also boost that video if you did connect your YouTube account and get it in front of the right people that you're trying to target. So you can target, the targeting on Google is a little better than it is on Facebook. So, it's something to really think about. You have anything to add to that, Leo?
No, I think all the information here is really on point. Definitely a lot of stuff to digest, but I think you laid it out very well to where if they do the top-down list, they'll be able to get a YouTube channel set up in no time. One thing I did forget to mention though is having your YouTube channel be like colorful and bright. Don't get stuck in the realm of having to have the earthy colors. You want things to pop on YouTube. You want to grab attention. You're trying to compete with all the noise that's already out there in the world, so you need to cut through all the noise. People are bombarded with like 40,000 ads a day. So it's like, why do you stand out, and why should people pay attention to you? If you looked at the previous ads the previous YouTube channel that was shown in the Vegas one, you'll see that YouTube channel had a lot of yellow and reds popping colors. Those are really popular. Notice how they're using red, they're using yellow. They have blues, a lot of purples, they have gradients on there. So don't be afraid to add color into your channel, because that's going to really make you stand out when someone's browsing, and we need to make them basically stop the scroll.
Yep, stop the scroll. So, all right, well, that's what I have for YouTube today. Thanks for coming on, Leo. Your input is always valued. I'll send out Leo's contact with the replay if you want to reach out to him. He does do, like he was talking about in the beginning, video editing, images, different things, not just Facebook, but also YouTube. So feel free to give him a call if you're looking to get something started up, or maybe you need some video editing or some other services. Thanks for coming on, guys, and we will see you again next Monday.
Okay.